Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to episode 38 of CCO Complete Client Overview. Today we are reviewing a hack client built for Minecraft 1.19.3 known as the Coffee Client. Before we get into the video, I'd like to shout out my members. If you would like to get your skin and name in my next video, be sure to join now for as little as $0.6 a month. For those of you that have never heard of the Coffee Client, it is a free and open source project that can be found on GitHub. The client is self-described as a very based 1.19.3 build with some of the best visuals currently on the market. Sadly, just 2 weeks prior to the release of this video, the main dev published an update to the README stating, "I have entirely given up on Microsoft's platform and by proxy the game too. Updates won't happen that often if they happen at all. The client partially uses outdated techniques and some features don't work anymore. I can't be bothered to fix them. Use at your own risk and don't come crying to me when stuff doesn't work. Go back to Meteor if you want an updated client." So sadly, it looks like development on the Coffee Client has come to an end for now. It is worth noting that the dev has since made a few small changes to the client, so it seems that he has not completely abandoned the project, at least not yet. To download the Coffee Client, you can either download the source code for the client and build it into a jar file yourself. I have a video on how to do so pinned in the description, or you can use the pre-compiled jar file found in the bin folder. For the latest dev build of the client, you can click on the Actions tab, select the latest release, and then under Artifacts, you can download the latest -dev jar file. Once you have a jar file downloaded, place it in your mods folder and launch a new instance of Fabric for Minecraft version 1.19.3. There is no official Coffee Client website, but as previously mentioned, the client can be found on GitHub. The README section has been set up well, and there's a lot of information on downloading and using the client, as well as instructions on how to contribute to the client. Other than that, there's not too much to talk about. Coffee Client offers its users a wide range of PvP, render, and utility modules. To start, let's take a look at some of the offered utility and render modules. ESP. This module highlights entities through blocks. The module has a few settings and looks really good in my opinion. Name tags. This module gives you more information on nearby players with a cool render above their head. I really like the look of the Coffee Client's name tags module, but it is not customizable at all and hardly shows anything of importance. Cave Mapper. When activated, this module scans a cave that you are in and highlights all of the exposed ore blocks. This can be used to bypass X-ray blocking plugins and anti-cheats. The module works well and I really like the render animation. Flattener. This module automatically mines all of the blocks around you on the Y level that the module was activated on, effectively flattening everything around you. Boom. This module only works in creative. When active, it lets you blow your world up with fireball explosions. While the module is cool and works well, it breaks your game. Once activated, you can't turn it off by clicking. You can't even close your game. If you enable it without first setting a keybind, the only way to fix your game is to press Alt plus F4 and delete the coffee folder in your .minecraft folder. NBT Editor. If you hold an item in your hand and open your inventory, there is an option to edit that item's NBT data. I am not sure how to use this myself, but it seems like an interesting feature. User plugins. The Coffee Client also has an option to create and add your own custom features through the add-on system, which again is another nice feature to have. Before we get into the PvP hacks offered by the Coffee Client, I'd like to take a quick break and remind you all to like or dislike the video so that I know if you're enjoying my content. I would also like to take a second to promote my Discord server. It is linked down below, and if you have a Discord account, you should come and say hi. Anyways, that is enough self-promotion. Let's take a look at some of the PvP modules offered by the Coffee Client. Kill Aura. This module automatically attacks nearby players. The module has a few settings, but definitely lacks features when compared to other PvP clients. The module does have a few settings like Smooth Look, which helps bypass anti-cheats on servers that don't allow Kill Aura. Velocity. This module removes knockback. You can customize how much knockback you take in each direction, which is a nice feature. Fireball Detector. This module will automatically deflect any incoming fireballs. Shulker Deflector. This module tries to deflect all incoming projectiles from shulkers. This can be useful on Anarchy servers with a high TPS. Aim Assist. This module locks your cursor on other players. This makes it easier to hit them while also being harder for server admins to detect. Overall, the Coffee client does offer a few useful combat modules, but none of these modules are made for an Anarchy environment. The client does not offer essential modules like Crystal Aura or Anchor Aura, and the modules that are offered by the Coffee client seem to be more for minigame servers. The default key set for opening the GUI is right shift, though this can be changed in the client settings. The GUI reminds me a lot of the Aristus GUI. It looks good and it is very responsive, but it is a little boring and lacks a lot of customization settings. The Coffee client does offer its users a click and drag HUD editor that can be accessed through a keybind or by hitting escape and clicking on HUD. I prefer HUD editors with a list of modules to enable or disable, while also being able to drag those modules around. While this is all still possible with the Coffee client, you have to first enable or disable modules and then open the HUD to drag them around, which feels like an extra step for me. The client also offers a cool custom main menu with an alt account manager, which is another nice feature. As far as I can tell, there is no official Coffee client Discord server, so you won't be able to get help that way. But under the README section, the devs state, to report bugs, go to the issues page and open an issue. Make sure to attach anything related, describe the bug as precisely as possible, and attach the related crash report/log files if available. This same method can be used to make suggestions, though again the client's development may have just come to an end, so reporting bugs or suggesting new features is probably pointless. Overall, the Coffee client is an interesting project with a lot of potential. It's sad to see development put on hold, but who knows, maybe if enough people use the client, a new spark of interest will get the devs back on board. While the Coffee client lived up to its claims of having great render modules, the client lacks settings. A lot of the offered modules don't have any settings, which makes the client less customizable for different servers. It is also clear that the client was made more for minigame servers than for Anarchy servers, but with that said, Coffee is still a cool client and I'd recommend giving it a try if you hack on the latest versions of Minecraft. Meteor is still by far the best 1.19.3 client in my opinion, but some people don't like Meteor or don't want to use Meteor, in which case I think the Coffee client is a great alternative, especially when paired with other PvP clients. It is also worth noting that at the time of making this video, Coffee client is compatible with the Meteor client, so for those of you that want to, you can use both clients at the same time.